Hello, my friends, family, esteemed colleagues. This video again is devoted to high blood pressure because the fear of salt and all the misinformation we are getting about salt is steering the fear. And if we are suffering from high blood pressure and we accept to follow the self-healers protocol, which is partially based on hydration with plasma, water with sea salt in it, or diluted seawater, then of course fear will set in. And although the level of salt that you are bringing into the body has absolutely nothing to do with the level of blood pressure, because of the miseducation, we always pendant and always watch, okay, what's happened. And I want to use now direct information of one of my friends, clients, who is following the protocol and is strong in mind, understands what I'm talking about, and continues hydrating and following the protocol even though his blood pressure is high. And I want to share what has happened, so this way I release some of the fear of those who suffer from high blood pressure. There's no suffering. Elevated blood pressure does not create any problems in the body, although we are being told, yeah, be careful, you're going to have a heart attack. Nonsense. But here we can go directly using the numbers, because this friend was sending me every week a capture daily of blood pressure and heart rate in the morning and in the evening of every day, now for 4 months. In some people we can see changes faster, in some people slower, because there are many factors involved in how fast the body is going to heal to the level that it can drop the blood pressure. Number one, we have to understand that the blood pressure is controlled by sensors of the body. They decide what the blood pressure should be. And it is to support the body correctly. If there is any problem in delivery of the blood pressure is going to go up to be able to supply the area of the body with the blood which have a problem. If there is no problem, blood pressure will go down. Heart rate will slow down when there is no need for additional energy or supply, will increase as the necessity for oxygen increases, necessity for energy increases, necessity for cleansing increases, heart rate goes up. Heart is not only the pump and the circulating mechanism, it is the delivers not only oxygen and redistributes the food sources, the defensive mechanism, and whatever else goes through blood, but also the main supply of energy, electricity, is flowing through blood. Through nerves is just like the wire of your old-fashioned remote control. Remote is wire control, away from TV. If you remember, if you are old enough to remember that first we had televisions, you have to get up and change the channel. Then we had a great breakthrough. You can plug in a wire with little remote control that you can have by your couch, and you can watch television, and when you want to change program, you don't have to get up and change it. You can just change it on your remote controller. And then this was made without wire, okay, on electromagnetic impulse. Well, the body through brain controls the consumers of power, but the power comes through the blood. Electricity comes through the blood. And this way, when the controller, which is the brain, has problem receiving energy, it has problem controlling. But before it has problem controlling, it sends, okay, I cannot really work properly because, you know, I'm tired, I'm sleepy, because there's not enough energy coming, not enough electricity. Why? Because either heart is not producing it, which is nonsense, but what happens is that there is a problem in distribution, in flow of energy. Why? Because there are resistors in the blood. And these resistors are called toxins. There could be all kinds of a garbage in the blood that should not be there. Cleaner the blood, the better flow of electricity, and number one, you feel it in the brain. You feel sharp, you feel radiant, you feel eager to do stuff because you are energized properly. And then your organs are working well because everything is energized. And since brain is the largest consumer of energy, every interference with energetic flow first will be noticeable on the brain. And it will be with your sleepiness, not willing to do things because you just don't feel like it. Why don't you feel like it? Because your brain is not powered enough. There is something interfering with flow, which is, in most cases, it's problem of toxicity of the blood, not the body in general, blood. It's always about the blood. So, and then if the brain goes like, okay, I need more energy, the heart starts working faster and starts sending more electricity to get the brain going. And this could increase. We know that psychological problems will increase blood pressure. Well, now you start getting to understand the reason why it happens. And there is no problem with the body. Very often you go to see doctor, we are being told, no, when you are in your 50s, you have to have annual checkup. Because, you know, body is old, you know, if you have an old car, you need to visit your mechanic more often just to keep fixing it. Unfortunately, in medical school, they don't tell us how to fix the robot. They actually tell us how to camouflage its problems. Okay? You have a red light blinking, and now the owner of the car is worried, look, red light is blinking. Okay, so snip the wire, it stopped blinking and no problem. Well, this is what we are taught in medical school. Exactly this. This is why surgery. Because we are not told how to help the body to heal. We are just, okay, camouflage the symptom. Give a painkiller. No pain, no alarm. You have a, I don't know, you defecate too much, you have diarrhea. Your body is trying to cleanse some crap. Well, diarrhea is bad. It's not the crap that body is cleaning. No, diarrhea is bad. So let's Stop the diarrhea. Here, block this exit of the garbage. Stuff it in the body. Okay? Your body goes into elimination state. It starts throwing the garbage from the tissue and from the cells into the blood. Blood becomes highly toxic immediately because of the sepsis, we call it. Body raises temperature to try to convert, changing frequency, convert some of these toxins, and then push them out through the skin, through sweat. You get fever. Oh no, that's a bad fever, terrible. Stop the fever. So you stop it. You poison the body into such a way that body has to protect itself, closes the cells, no more release of toxins, and symptoms start easing out. Yeah, but you have stopped the normal routine maintenance of the body. And because the blood was toxic now the cleansing doesn't go only through the kidneys, but also goes through colon and mucosal tissue. So you start throwing phlegm and you start shooting diarrhea. Whoa, phlegm! Here, medicine. Stop this crap. Diarrhea, whoa, stop this. Fever, stop this. You are preventing the body to do the maintenance. Well, this is what they teach us in medical school. And then we wonder, why do we develop chronic diseases? We have a gazillion of doctors, and every day we have a new disease discovered. We wonder why. It's all the things that we cannot mention, which we are forced to receive under pretense this is going to save you. The whole system is made to make us sick, not to save us. Want to be healthy? Get the hell away from doctor. Get the hell away from hospitals. You need help? Go to shamans. Yeah, they don't have medical licenses. They are not allowed to practice medicine. All doctors are practicing. They know diddly squat. They are practicing until they retire. Anyway, so back to high blood pressure. Through medication, controlling blood pressure. How do we control blood pressure? By draining plasma out of the blood, decreasing volume. Every time you urinate, I don't know, 5 deciliters of urine, you have 5 deciliters less blood in volume in your circulation. Because what you are urinating is your plasma with crap that your body is trying to eliminate. Not all of it is bad. You are eliminating a lot of minerals because you don't have water, you have plasma. Electroconductive, water made electroconductive through ions, minerals. Now, when you are eliminating stuff, well, you are losing minerals, you are losing plasma. And then you are told, no, you cannot get back minerals. Those minerals, they are rocks. They are bad for your body. They cannot assimilate. Chelate them. Chelate, you know what. All the science is pure fantasy. Designed to brainwash us into stupid assholes. And this is what doctors have become. Even especially the young generation. You cannot even talk to them. They think they know everything. They have no clue. Okay, so what happens? You take medication. They say, no, before we had diuretics to drop the blood pressure. Now, first we had bleeding. This was great. You cut the vein, you get pint of blood go out. It's like woman menstruating. You get toxic blood out, and your body is going to rebuild the blood. It takes 3 days. It will rebuild the blood, but the new blood created is cleaner. So it's diluting, it's cleaning the blood. It does way better job than any machine that they hook you up to cleanse your blood. Okay? These machines are stupid, they don't work. But no, don't let blood out. This is barbaric, this is old-fashioned. Before we did good stuff. We use leeches because body will, when it is low on plasma, it will try not to waste it. So it urinates less often, which means the urine becomes more saturated with toxins, becomes darker, smellier, because it's more saturated with toxic stuff that start to be eliminated. But then you start urinating less and less because body cannot afford to waste more plasma when you are not rebuilding it. You are drinking, doctor tells you, or drink liquids. Well, liquid is coffee. Liquid is Coca-Cola. Both extremely toxic. Liquid is red wine. Oh no, red wine is good. Just listen to, there's another schmuck, what's his name? Joseph Mercola. Drink coffee, it's good, it stimulates you. Red wine, yeah, a lot of antioxidants, that's good stuff. Give me a break. Alcohol is diuretic, strong diuretic, and neurotoxic. And you take medication, you take diuretics, you urinate, you are forced to eliminate this toxic stuff that is diuretic, and you diminish amount of blood. Of course, if you have a hose and when it's full of water it's hard, you get it half empty, it becomes soft. And even when heart pumps, when you have impulse, it cannot really raise because it's half empty. Well, this is what the body becomes. So, yeah, your blood pressure goes down, but the circulation is crap because you don't have enough blood circulating. And you are causing problems. Blood pressure is not important whatsoever. Lowering the blood pressure is way better to keep high blood pressure and try to figure out why is it high. Let's fix the problem. No, this would be bad for pharmaceutical industry. They need to sell their poisons. And don't take me wrong, it's not the pharmaceutical industry. Just look at the supplement industry. It's a new pharmacy now. They are taking over. All these sites which are now more conscious of, okay, pharmaceutical products are not good. So all these truth promoting channels are advertising supplements. Kimchi, get kimchi, 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 kimchi. Poison, 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 poison. Not realizing that it's just a new pharma. Nothing else. People feel better. Why? Not because they are healed. Because symptoms are suppressed. Same with our animals. Suppress symptoms. So, let's try to break down the fear a little bit. When this friend contacted me, said, Darko, please, I would like to lower my blood pressure, and I understand that medication, it's not the way to do it because it's forever. So what do I do? And I said, okay, cellular protocol, and let me guide you, because fear is going to make you abandon the process. And when he started changing diet, is very important, because you have to stop poisoning of the body. And then allow it to cleanse through hydration with plasma. And as before he even started, he said, okay, so how do I go about it? I said, look, normally you have to get rid of all the pills that you have. But since we are going to be hydrating now, the volume of your blood will be increasing, and you have already high blood pressure. Even when you are on the pills, it's still high. When he was using pills, the blood pressure was 90, 95, over 135, 145. Okay, so it was elevated, and he was on the pills, highly dehydrated. So as soon as he's going to start hydrating, the blood pressure is going to go. So I told him, stay on your pills, because I want you to have the experience of this, that it's not the pills that do anything other than dehydrate you. They don't do nothing else. Even though they are called beta blockers and this and that, bull. They are dehydrating. So stay on your freaking medication, but just start hydrating, change your diet, keep informed. So as soon as he started hydrating and being medicated, pressure went up to 104 over 170, 180, 185, 102 over 180, 104 over 170. It was fluctuating there. And after 1 week of this, I said, okay, now take medication in half. I don't want you to get scared and now start hyperventilating and actually increasing your blood pressure because of fear. Just take it in half and see what happens. So he took it in half, no change. Exactly the same thing, high blood pressure remained. So after 1 week I said, okay, now you saw it, so just get rid of the medication. So he took medication out, nothing changed. Still had 104, 103, 102, 100, over 180, 170, 164. Yeah. And I told him, okay, so now don't fear. This is where your body has to be because of the problems that you have in the body. By eating correctly, you stop poisoning yourself, and by providing plasma, you will now urinate, and since you're more, so you will be cleansing, and as soon as your body sensors realize that there is enough plasma in the blood that it can do cleansing, the body will start releasing toxins into the blood to detoxify itself. And your blood is going to become more toxic. Toxic blood brings the symptoms of bad flow of energy, so tiredness, loss of concentration, blurred vision, elevated temperature. Could be just slightly elevated or full-blown high fever. You may be sweating, okay? So you will have symptoms of toxic blood, and elimination of it will start, and since it's going to be highly toxic, kidneys cannot handle it, it will spill into your cleansing through mucosal tissue. So diarrhea, possibly phlegm, possibly running sinuses, tearing eyes. You will be releasing toxins through plasma from your body. And it is important to bring to the body as much plasma as possible so it can do fast blood detox. The faster you eliminate toxins from the blood, the better you feel. But at the same time, the body sees opportunity, the body processors sense, and they unleash more detox and more detox. So now you are in a full-blown detox, which we call flu. You feel miserable, but as long as you keep bringing plasma, you keep cleansing, you may even vomit if toxicity is so high. It all depends how toxic, how the strength of the toxins being released into the blood. Anyway, so I told him to inform me to take daily note of the blood pressure in the morning and in the evening. And basically it's stabilized on high blood pressure constantly. There were always little fluctuations, but the diastolic pressure never really went below 100. It was always 100, 102, 104. And the systolic was always up over 160. Well, 145 sometimes, but 160, 170, 75. And it was like this week after week. Symptoms were changing, other symptoms. The diarrhea was there. I told him to make sure he has diarrhea. But he continued because he noticed that, he doesn't feel any problems. Some people feel pain, headaches. Well, you have to have inflammatory processes for this. And then you will feel them, but you slowly will cleanse the area and the headache will go away, the pain in certain area will go away slowly, but you have to allow it to cleanse. You have to provide the plasma to be cleansing the blood, because this is where the pain originates. In a tissue by not being supplied with enough energy or enough oxygen. And it was going like this for months. Now I believe it's 4th month, and I just received yesterday, or day before yesterday, the last report, and changes occurred. Now when changes occurred, now they are going to happen much faster. I'm sure that within a month, the pressure will be down. But what has happened? Okay, I'm reading right here. On the 9th, it was again 163 over 104 with heart rate 74. Then it was, 164 over 100 with heart rate 76. Pressure down, heartbeat up. Heartbeat did not have much. Speed of heart does not really influence much the pressure. And then it went up again, 103, 78, 165, 103 with 78 blood pressure, speed rate. And all of a sudden, it starts having 129 over 87. Speed of heart 80, but pressure was going down. Then again went up to 150, 1 over 102, and then again down, 146 to 99. Okay? Then 152 over 93. So now he is in a process when actually whatever was forcing the high blood pressure because had a problem delivering oxygen and energy, is healing, it's cleansing, demand is going down, and blood pressure is starting to drop. And because it's a healing process, it will now happen much faster. And the blood pressure is going to go down. I see the last few days, it was 138/90. But then again, 154/98. What is important now that the diastolic pressure is below 100. It was always 100 and above. Now it's going below, which means elasticity of blood vessels is returning. So they start working like a shock absorbers and controlling the pressure increase, and they shrink afterwards. So the diastolic blood pressure doesn't stay up. It goes down. It's a sign of better circulation, the better flexibility of blood vessels. And this is going to now be way more rapid lowering of blood pressure. So it took about almost 4 months to create enough healing that now the necessity of keeping the high blood pressure is down, and now it will be dropping faster and faster. I'm sure within a month the pressure will be down to 70/120, or 120/70, whatever. So it's going to normalize completely, because the healing process is happening and it's allowing this to occur. There is no medication used, nothing, only proper diet and plenty of plasma so the body can flush, can get the stuff out. I'm mentioning this just to emphasize that everything we are being told about salt is pure garbage. Everything what we are being told about necessity of keeping the blood pressure down, it's of full-blown idiotism, has nothing to do with reality. It's not true. Don't worry about your blood pressure. Elevated blood pressure is a symptom. It tells you something is not right in your body. No, this has to be fixed. Not decreasing the blood pressure. If your red light in a car goes down because you are low on gasoline, you don't go and cut the wire so the red light disappears, because you're going to run out of gasoline eventually and you're going to be stuck. You go and resolve the problem. Put some fuel. If the oil pressure sign comes out, you don't go and take the light bulb out or cut the wire of this warning signal. You go and check your oil. Maybe change oil filter. Maybe it's clogged. Maybe you don't have enough oil. Fix it. You don't go cutting. You don't go putting blankets over your instrument panel so you don't see what is going on. And okay, everything is fine because I don't see nothing wrong. Well, you don't see nothing. You don't see nothing. So that's why I don't see nothing wrong. This is the doctor's mentality. This is how we are trained. Today I had another conversation with a client, very much concerned because, you know, erythrocyte, a little bit more iron, slightly elevated. A little bit more white blood cells, slightly count elevated. A little bit less platelets, slightly. lesser amount. And of course, doctors, oh no, this is your thyroid gland. Something problem with your thyroid, we have to medicate thyroid gland. Pollax, he is on a protocol. His body is repairing itself. The cells require more oxygen, so there will be more increase of elements that help providing the oxygen. Red blood cell, the iron count. There is more elimination going on. You need white blood cells. They are our garbage delivery or garbage delivery system. How to take garbage out. So if your cells are repairing and releasing the garbage, you need more white blood cells to take it. So the count goes a little bit up, not high, just fraction difference. At the same time, because it's a toxic blood, there is always toxic blood is a problem with electroconductivity because toxins are the resistors. So there is a possibility of thrombosis. Now body is already programmed. Okay, get down a little bit the platelets count. Body does everything that has to be done so the process can go on. But to doctors, no, platelets count down. That's the elevated white blood cell count. There's a problem, a little bit more iron you have here. No, don't, this is all thyroid, this is thyroid. I understand doctors because this is exactly what they are telling us in medical school. Because again, we are not being taught how the body really works and how to help the body to heal itself. Only body can heal itself. There is no medicine that is going to improve work of the cell. It can only force it to change the way it works by changing the environment, and usually with toxins. We call it toxic reaction. You want to heal the body, you take the toxins away. You don't bring more toxins in. My friends, I cannot tell this to doctors because they are laughing at me. I don't care. Schmuck is schmuck. So they are calling me schmuck, I'm calling them schmucks. Who cares? I'm pointing on the truth. Now, do you have ability to think and analyze and stop believing what you are being told? Don't believe me either. Take the information, process it through the Google here, and see what is going to be the conclusion. What is your computer going to spit out? Of course, if you have too many of false programs, it's like statistics. No, but statistics shows me, statistically I was told, 100 doctors told me same thing, thyroid gland. Yeah. And now one schmuck here is telling me, no, just think. You see this, or do I believe this schmuck, or do I statistically believe to statistical more is more likely to be true than the scarcity here? Unfortunately, since doctors don't understand deadly squat, all their reasoning is based on statistics. So, and then statistics have so many elements in them that they ignore because they focus only on few of them, so they miss the whole picture. Statistics can never be used as scientific tool. Okay, my friends, here we are again in the awakening process. For me, a little frustrating, as you can see, because I don't know how else to show this. But here we are trying. Thank you for being here, and if you get it and you find a better way to show this, please do. And I recently published from Freya her article, her version of explaining in easier understandable language. So if you come with great ideas, please use them, do it, help others to awaken. Here we are, getting together with a good heart, trying to help each other. Love you all. God bless us all. Namaste.